Hey, this is Notser, and this is going to be a look at a 0.6.0 Soviet destroyer build. They're a little bit different. In the previous version, you could go 3-4. So you took 3 level 4 skills, usually advanced firing, training, demolition expert, and survivability, and that's the way you would play it. In this design, you can't really do all of that. Well, you can, but they introduced something called radio, and most people take it. So, preventative maintenance, protection for the modules, steering an engine, hopefully that works, last stand, obviously, basic firing training for higher rate of fire, advanced firing training for extended range. We took radio position finding, and that's because we're hunting destroyers. I just want to see how well it works. Demolition expert, 2% is better than no percent. And then finally, smoke screen expert. I figure as a destroyer, you should be effective with your smoke screen. It's 2 points. It's probably the only 2 points that you would take as a Soviet destroyer if you had to. And here's the game. We're on the map, Shatter, and I am ready to go. Look at who's on the enemy team. Yes, good luck, my friends, good luck. The public test server is really the only environment where you can have players play each other that just can't play, or play with each other that just can't play with each other. It was very late on Sunday, and probably should have been playing, but I was just so addicted to the idea of playing the game and trying new builds, I had to keep going. I just had to. So I moved forward, obviously detected. We see radio is working. We also see that radio is working for someone on the enemy team. Still has the Russian on the screen, and it's an enemy Z-46. Now, I don't know that the Z-46 is the target that has radio. I am not detected any longer, but there are not one but 2 friendlies that are closer to the target than I am. It makes sense, right? Of course it does. And this German, he just made a huge mistake. He doesn't know that you don't fire your guns. Clearly. And he's trying to use his smoke to save his life. But friendly. Someone is able to get a large amount of damage on the enemy Moskva. There's a higher than average amount of Moskvas on the test server. Maybe people are considering going down that line. Maybe it's because it's on Russia. So it's a Russian server. I don't know. But you don't see this amount. And I'm just trying to set him on fire, which we do. My friendly is moving back. Friendly Zhao is moving forward. I don't recommend that. He's going into not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 that we can see. Maybe 6 or 7 that are unseen. And predictably, he's defeated. I pop my smoke for the friendly. He's trying to get out of the area. Thankfully, the Zhao was taking fire for him. And I'm just going to fire from inside the smoke. Someone was able to send torpedoes towards the enemy, and it looks like it's not the kill shot. The Grosse Kurfürst is able to burn the target down. So far, it's a fair game. Nothing crazy has happened. You just have a couple cruisers that don't know how to play. They just move forward and die. Cruisers are the last target to move forward. You usually have the destroyers that move forward. Then you have battleships that should move forward. And then the cruisers are pecking away at the rear. If they ever show their side, battleships are going to go after them. So I don't really care that I'm detected. I prefer it if the enemies are firing on my ship versus that friendly. And I wasn't sure. Is that battleship AFK? No, he's just playing it bow on, backing up. An enemy is attempting to capture a point. And he's no longer attempting to capture the A point. He's already moved back. So I didn't really recognize that until after I sent my torpedoes. I was like, oh, he's not even in the area. But someone did send torpedoes towards my team. And I sort of want to push the tempo. It's kind of dangerous. It is dangerous. I don't have my smoke charge up. But I don't really care. I want to put pressure on the enemy. They are pulling back. They're barely in range of my ship as is, other than, of course, the destroyer. And the radio is telling me roughly where that destroyer is, and yes, he is. So I'm going to fire at his ship, hoping to help kill him. He's down to 900. We fire into his last known position. We hit more shots, and he's still alive somehow. Somehow he's still alive. Where is he? Last known position. Fire at the target. Is it going to get it? We hit him again. We hit him again. It did no damage, though. I looked up there. No damage. He's probably really gone, because he's probably going to hold his fire. He's like, whoa, that guy actually hit me in the smoke. And yes, there's an island, but it sort of has a nice little cubby hole, and I can hide in it. So I'm going to try and hide, do an abrupt stop, pull back, fire on the enemy's out as he pushes forward. Friendlies will be continuing the barrage, and, well, Quake took out another, or a friendly battleship took out another. Another Grosse Kurfürst was successful in the destruction of the enemy cruisers. Tonight, you will see more cruisers be defeated. And as I'm backing up, I notice that there are a couple enemy destroyers that are attempting to move into B point. And of course, you see that Gearing. That Gearing was like almost dead. So I would love it if he would fire his guns and allow me to kill him. But he's not giving me his target just yet. So I'm going to fire at the enemy Shimakaze. Obviously, and then of course he drops off as well. But I did hit him. I set him on fire. Oh, Gearing! Fire at the Gearing. Please don't miss the Gearing. Take the Gearing out, Notser. Take him out. It seems accurate. 500. Okay. Is this going to be the kill shot? Of course, oh, that was a good amount of damage there. We deny ourselves line of sight. Maybe I should have been a little bit more aggressive in trading damage with him, because he had fired his guns. It was too late for him. If I would have just stayed in the area, maybe I could have killed him already. Instead, we know the enemy is capturing B point, and looky there, we have an enemy Des Moines. Well, I don't want to see the Des Moines. He's got radar. Obviously, he's going to have radar. His radar is effective out, what, 8.9 or 9.9? And it lasts for like 40 seconds. Plenty of time to kill me. Plenty of time to absolutely destroy my ship. So I'm going to try and rely on line of sight to hide my ship and maybe get a couple of trades on the target. I'm just this afraid of the Des Moines. It really does dictate the pace of a destroyer. And yep, sure enough, he uses his radar. But I'm behind the island. He can't engage me. We have to wait 40 seconds, though, before we can move forward. His only target is the friendly cruiser that is just south of Sea Point. And we are now down 2, not 1 but 2 ships on the enemy, but we do have a base advantage. And the base advantage is going to be beneficial as long as we remain relatively close on ship kills. Relatively. Now, I was really hoping that a destroyer was going to stay in the area. The Shimakaze did not. Definitely the Gearing's not here. I would have detected the Gearing. So I'm going to do the next best thing. We're going to capture the base, and I'm going to try and work on the Des Moines as he is firing on the Moskva. Look at his guns. He could traverse. Honestly, maybe you should traverse. It's going to be a lot easier for you to kill a destroyer than it's going to be to kill the Moskva. But even still, he's showing a little bit too much side to the Moskva. I sent my torpedoes in a innocent effort to possibly procure a kill, a free kill. And his secondaries are sort of touching me, and I don't like that kind of touch. Yeah, look, he interrupts, he touches me again. He takes out my engine, not my steering, but we do eventually take out the target. And the Moskva dies to the ambush by the Shimakaze. Who would have seen that coming? Obviously, that's what he wanted to do. Whenever the enemy Shimakaze was moving, he probably had the advantage of radio. I am detected, and I assume it is the Shimakaze. So we're just going to capture this base. Why not? We're going to still maintain a base advantage. The enemy does have a ship advantage, but 2 to 1 is going to assist us in whatever we're trying to do. And it looks like the enemy Shimakaze has come out away from the island and is detecting me right now. Honestly, I wish that Wargaming would add something in the game that allows me to say, hey, detected immediately right now. That would give so much intel to your team, because that would say, okay, well, this person came out from behind an island. He's now in line of sight. He is no longer, of course, because we are behind the island, but I'm detected. So I know that the enemy knows where I'm at. Now, some of you might be on the World of Warships subreddit, and you might be familiar with what could potentially be happening right now. Notser, don't do it! Don't continue going this way, Notser. Don't go full speed. It's so easy to send your torpedoes. I know this. I'm trying to bait the torpedo. What people have been doing is they have been sending their torpedoes in response to radio, telling you roughly where the player is. So I am ready to juke whenever I see torpedoes incoming. I wanted him to send against me, but I just couldn't. He never did. And he seems to be somewhere behind the island right in front of me. We are definitely not detecting the Große Kurfürst. This is something much closer. It's either that cruiser, a destroyer, or one of the destroyers. Notice the gearing, nowhere to be found. He was very low. I imagine the gearing should be, he shouldn't be detecting me and just staying out of the fight. Obviously, that's not what he's doing. He is somewhere out of line of sight, and I really want people to know there is a DD there. I have this information for free. Well, not free. It's 4 points. But you can kind of feel that there's a destroyer out there, so I'm going to take this wide. I don't want to run into maybe the gearing, maybe the Shimakaze. I feel like this is an easy torpedo target. It's very obvious that a torpedo would work here. And yeah, look, friendly took a torpedo, exactly what I thought would happen. And ooh, the Moskva, he's pretty close. Thankfully he's not looking this way, so I'm going to engage him. And oh, looky what we've got here. Enemy gearing. Well, this will be an easy kill. We missed the Moskva, unfortunately, but we killed the gearing. Easily sent us torpedoes. Obviously sent us torpedoes. He wasn't firing as soon as he possibly could, and it was just way too aggressive for a target that low. He should have just stayed hidden. But he didn't, and we found him. And we are still 1 or 2 ships behind the enemy. They are retaking A point. Nobody is left over at A point. It looks like a friendly battleship has decided to come over to this side. My friend is trying to capture C point. I'm trying to fire at max range to do fire damage to the enemy, possibly trade a little bit. I don't really want to take too much damage. I do see that the enemy Große Kurfürst is low, so I'm going to try and fire at him. But also, without communicating to my teammate, I decided to pop my smoke. We are not on comms. We're just speaking through in-game chat. I know, heresy. It works. It's okay. It's casual. I'm just having fun. I pop my smoke in an effort to give him a chance to fire without taking any damage. And I'm hoping that that's exactly what he's going to do. And it appears that that's what he's doing. He's asking, use radar. Use radar. And I'm just going, I don't really need radar. I have an idea of where he is. And yeah, we see him. The enemy Shimakaze flashes in front of the friendly Große Kurfürst. And I'm just trying to get as much damage as I can. And oh no, there's not 1, 2, but 3 enemy ships from the western flank. Someone was firing from the west. He's doing a good job of trying to dodge the shot. Whenever you see a target who is willing to dodge the shot, just fire at the target. I have found that most players will overthink it and dodge regardless of if it's the right dodge. And they might move themselves into the damage shot. And when you're dodging, you're usually maintaining a center mass that you rotate back to, and if you can aim at that point, it works out. Unfortunately, we lose the friendly Grossa first. Thankfully, the enemy Moskva dies, but take a little bit of damage. The enemy Shimakaze, last known position, over by B point. Clearly the enemy is going to capture B, but we do have about 100, 200 point advantage on the enemy. And, oh, this guy is pretty low. He is pretty low, so I decide, recklessly, to fire at his ship. We are within his secondary gun range, and I need to move outside of it. Enemy Shimakaze tried torpedoes, I assume. Not going to work, my friend. So I am just going to go to my max gun range and try and light the target on fire. Probably should switch to AP, but I know he's going to be behind something, and I kind of want to get damage control on cooldown if that's what he decides to do. He might just have fire prevention and only have one fire. He's just going to allow the one fire to burn. That's what I've seen mostly. We take a little bit more damage. Can't really afford this. Ooh, more damage. Gotta stay away from the Des Moines. The Des Moines can wreck us. And it's not as easy from max range, of course. It's a lot harder to hit shots when they're really far away. Who would have thought it? But we have an advantage. There are 3 minutes and 30 seconds left in this match. I haven't really done that much damage. I have tried to counter most of the enemy's destroyers. And part of that is because of the radio. It has probably distracted me from my normal play with it being on the screen. I know the Shimakaze is somewhere on the northern flank. We know he's somewhere out there. He doesn't want to be anywhere close to me. The radio isn't really telling me anything that I don't know already. Conversely, he is telling me that I am detected, and I must be very careful. Okay, there. Someone is on the point. Most likely, it's the Shimakaze. Now, the Shimakaze. How was he detected behind the island? Oh, radar. I totally forgot that the Moskva has radar, so he is aware of me. I feel the torpedo. There is a torpedo coming. There must be a torpedo coming. He has radio. I just want to edge out. Oh, well, I didn't expect him to be there, and he's very low, so I'm going to send my torpedoes at him and expect torpedoes from the Shimakaze. The Shimakaze wants to send it. When are they going to appear? Where are those torpedoes? And yep, here they come. It's not going to work, my friend. Not going to work. We know what you want to do. That is just me knowing what the radio operator wants to do. We take a huge amount of damage, unfortunately, and I am denying line of sight to not only my team, well, my friendly, but me. I don't know that these torpedoes are going to be successful. We're not going to hit the enemy Shimakaze, who pops a smoke to help his team, but there is a little gap in between where I used smoke and the island, so I'm trying to catch sight of this guy. He's at 10,000. Can we set him on fire? We need the kill. We're not going to win the game if we don't get this kill. The enemy team is going to outcap us. So I need... Yes, we got a fire. We got 2 fires. Can we get a third one? We got a third one. How lucky can you be? 3 fires when we needed it. He's put it out, though, clearly, because the dot is not continuing to tick. We need the kill, though. The friendly's like, I'm going in. We have a minute left. We only need 1 kill, though. The enemy team is never going to get more than 2 bases. If we can get that kill on that battleship, we can win that game. And I'm trying to communicate. The BB is down on damage. Well, you could have communicated a little bit more plain. Go after the BB. And yeah, there. Look at this guy. 5,600 or 5,900. Don't run to the island, Notser. We don't have any charges left. He's at 3,900. This is so dangerous because we know the enemy is there. Oh, no. Oh, no. Enemy Yamato. Shimakaze. Oh, the enemy cruiser. The enemy Des Moines. He's on the other side. We set him on fire. We know damage control is down. We get the kill. Now we have to survive for 15 seconds. And for whatever reason, the Yamato doesn't go after me. I send my torpedoes against him. He's showing a perfect broadside. And I'm going to try and hug the island with my teammate. He's angled so well. It's going to be really hard for the enemy. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. He has to survive 1 second. We actually get the kill, and he doesn't die. And this was not what I was expecting. Just a casual game. You know, it was 3 in the morning. I was very tired. Oh, man. We outplayed the objective in a Soviet destroyer. We got 4 kills, 72,000 points of damage done, but that's not important. The friendly Moskva did a great job. It was really on our backs to win that game. Also, the friendly battleship did a great job. But man, the enemy team, 4 versus 2, just all go in at the same time and kill us. But I won't complain. It worked out for us. I hope you enjoyed the game. It was very intense. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.